In this video, we'll rank the best player from every team in the upcoming 2021-2022 season. Let's get into it. At number 30, we have the Orlando Magic with Gary Harris. I mean, yeah, we don't really have a lot of options from the Magic roster. Harris played 20 games with the Magic last season, averaging 10 points a game. Moving on to number 29, we have the Spurs with DeJounte Murray. Wow, it's tough being a Spurs fan right now. After their dynasty's reign in the early 2000s and their championship run in 2014, they haven't really gone back to title contention. Murray scored 15 points per game last season, and now that DeRozan is gone, we can expect more from Murray. At number 28, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with Colin Sexton. Sexton is starting to show his efficiency, scoring 24 points per game while shooting 47% from the field last season. The Cavs need to have better players though. The East just gets tougher every season. Number 27, we have Jeremy Grant from the Pistons. Grant was a huge part of the Nuggets' NBA bubble run, and just last season, he put up 22 points a game while shooting 43% from the field. And with the Pistons picking Cade Cunningham in the NBA draft, the Pistons are finally looking like they're taking a step in the right direction. Now at number 26, we have the Houston Rockets with John Wall. Wall was once known to be one of the best point guards in the league, but due to injuries, his career went downhill. He still had a decent 2021 season, averaging 20 points a game in the 40 games he played. At 25, we have LaMelo Ball of the Charlotte Hornets. Despite missing more than 20 games last season, Ball took home the Rookie of the Year award. He put up 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. And he has already shown what he can bring to his team. He sure needs to improve his efficiency, but LaMelo already proved that he can make this Hornets team better. At number 24, we have Oklahoma City Thunder with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The 23-year-old averaged 23 points per game last season and improved on being a facilitator with 6 assists. OKC is building their team around Shai after he signed a 5-year, $172 million contract. Moving on to number 23, we have Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cat has been in the league for 6 years now and has been selected to the All-Star twice. He played 50 games last season and averaged 25 points per game. He's yet to experience winning though. He only went to the playoffs once when Jimmy Butler was on the team. At 22, we have Pascal Siakam of the Raptors. Siakam won the Most Improved Player award in 2019, the same year the Raptors won the trophy. The following season, we all thought he's going to be the man to carry the team after Kawhi left for the Clippers. But that didn't really happen. He still averaged 21 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 4 assists per game last season. At number 21, we got the Sacramento Kings with De'Aaron Fox. Fox has been in the league for 4 years now, and he did nothing but improve every season. He already established that he's one of the better point guards in the game, and it's just a matter of time until he is selected to his first All-Star game. Moving on to 20, we have Indiana Pacers with Domantas Sabonis. Coming off 2 consecutive All-Star appearances, Sabonis averaged 20 points and 12 rebounds last season. He shot 53% from the field with 7 assists per game. Sabonis has been one of the best all-around players in the game. At number 19, we have Julius Randle of the New York Knicks. Randle, a 2014 lottery pick, has become a well-rounded player for the Knicks. He was selected to his first All-Star game last season and won the Most Improved Player award after putting up 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists per contest. Next up, at number 18, we have Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. You might think that this spot is too high for Morant, but he has shown what he's capable of last season. He led the Grizzlies to knock out the Warriors in the play-in tournament, where he had 35 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. At number 17, we have Zach LaVine. From his shooting averages to his per-game totals, LaVine has improved in practically every single aspect of his game. In 2020-21, he averaged 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists while shooting 51%. Those are elite numbers. The additions of DeMar DeRozan and Lonzo Ball should also boost LaVine next season. Moving on to number 16, we have Jimmy Butler. Butler has just agreed to sign a $184 million contract extension with the Heat. In my opinion, that is just too much. The Heat were swept by the Bucks in the first round, where Butler averaged just 14 points per game while shooting 30% from the field. At 15, we have the New Orleans Pelicans with Zion. Yes, I know Zion has not been in the playoffs yet, but it wasn't his fault. Zion had a monster 2021 season, averaging 27 points, 7 rebounds, and almost 4 assists per game while shooting a ridiculous 61% from the field. The concern now is whether the Pelicans can keep him long-term. 14, we have the Washington Wizards with Bradley Beal. It's no surprise that Beal got chosen to his first ever All-NBA selection in the 2021 season. The guy averaged 31 points per game. After the blockbuster Lakers-Wizards trade, let's see how the new roster plays out for Washington. They now have Kuzma, Dinwiddie, and Harrell, and to be honest, it does not look bad at all. At 13, we have the Utah Jazz with Donovan Mitchell. Since coming into the league, Mitchell didn't really need a lot of adjustments. He just played the game and kept improving every single year. However, during the playoffs, they always come up short, losing to the Nuggets in the bubble and to the Clippers just last year. At number 12, the Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum. Tatum has become the go-to guy for Boston's offense for the past 2 seasons. He averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists last season, and is looking to be an all-star lock for the foreseeable future. Although they were eliminated by the Nets in the first round, Tatum never disappointed, scoring 30 a game in the series. At the 11th spot, we have the Hawks with Trae Young. Trae not only proved that the Hawks didn't lose the Luka-Trae trade, but he has also proven that he can carry a team to winning. He led his team to the conference finals last season, averaging 29 points per game. Unfortunately, he was injured in the series, and they lost to the Bucks in 6 games. Alright, before we move on to the top 10, make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. It will just take 1 second, and it will help this channel a lot. At number 10, we have the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker. As you might have already heard, Chris Paul is the most important player on this Suns team, but Booker is the better player, and I agree with that. Booker has put himself into superstardom last season, averaging 27 points in his first ever playoff run. At number 9, we have the Blazers with Damian Lillard. No one really questioned Dame's ability. I mean, he's probably the most clutch player of this generation. Although the Blazers lost to the Nuggets in the first round, we saw nothing but greatness from Dame. He averaged 34 points per game in the series while shooting 46% from the field. Moving on to number 8, we have the Philadelphia 76ers with Joel Embiid. Let's face it, not a lot of players can do what Embiid is capable of on both ends of the floor. Despite an underwhelming performance from Simmons in the postseason, Embiid put up 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks in the playoffs. And he is the second best big man in the league behind the MVP, in my opinion. At number 7, we got the Los Angeles Clippers with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi has everything: defense, shooting, rebounding, you name it, he can do it. But what he is lacking is leadership. That's why he ended up pretty low on this list. He also missed a lot of games in the playoffs due to injuries. However, he still put up Kawhi-like numbers with 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals per game. Now at number 6, we have the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic. Luka will never be close to Kawhi when it comes to defense, but other than that, he's an absolute monster on the court. At age 22, we're seeing numbers that we've never seen since LeBron. He had 35, 8, and 10 averages in the playoffs, where they lost to the Clippers in 7 games. Moving on to number 5, we have Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. The former 41st pick and the league's reigning MVP averaged 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists last season, where they were swept by the Suns in the second round. At number 4, we have Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry. Curry, labeled as the best shooter of all time, averaged a league-high 32 points per game last season, while shooting 48% from the field. Now, that's elite numbers. With Klay expected to return to the lineup next season, Warriors fans should be excited to see the Splash Brothers back on the court. Now, at number 3, we have the Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James. At age 36 years old. Man, does this guy age at all? LeBron is considered to be one of the best to ever do it, but one thing I like about him is how he finds ways to improve his game despite his injuries and age. On his 18th campaign, he averaged 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Moving on to number 2, we have Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets. It wasn't long ago when the media was doubting how good KD would be after his major injury in 2019. Well, I'd say pretty good. KD had a monster playoff run last season, averaging 34 points per game while shooting 51% from the field. Let's see how a healthy Nets plays next season. And at the number 1 spot, we have the defending champions Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak was just brilliant in the NBA Finals. They lost the first 2 games and won the next 4. He had a 50-point outing to clinch the title and shot 17 out of 19 free throws. In my opinion, this performance just cemented his status as one of the best players of this generation.